Good morning. So today, or this week, I'm gonna do something a little different since everybody is doing the same thing every day, all day since last week. And that is Bo, Dane, and I are hauling corn. We've been doing that since last week. And Mark has been in the ditcher all week, and Dad's been in the chisel plow all week. So kind of repetitive things going on here, so not much to show you, but I'm gonna talk a little bit on how we sell our grain and give you a little insight of what we do for that. So I'll let this thing air up, and then we will go around the bins and get a load of corn. Okay, now that we're under the auger, let's get started. We're going to turn on our conveyor, then turn on the unload on the bin. Once I get a pile up in the front here, we'll move one more time or two more times, and then we'll move all the way up and get in the back, fill up the back. So this corn that I'm loading now is last year's corn. We're getting it moved out now. We need the bins. So we haven't started beans yet, so that's why we're getting it all hauled out before we get started on that. Not sure when we are going to be starting them. I thought we'd be going by the end of this week, so possibly this weekend, maybe Monday. We'll see. So hopefully I can keep this video somewhat interesting and informative for you guys, since like I said, everybody's just hauling, ditching, and working the ground. Not much going on. Well, there's a lot going on, but nothing interesting every day. So as you can see, we've got our 3 piles in the front, and I move forward to get to the very back. I'll now watch my scale on my back hopper. I have it at a certain number I stop at. I see I'm not completely centered, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm not off a whole lot. Scale on the back hopper of my trailer is right here. I usually set it at 78. So we got a little bit left to go. All right. Whew. That thing unloads fast, so you gotta be quick. Otherwise you can get overloaded pretty fast. Yep, 78, right on the money. So we'll close our lid, roll our tarp, and head to the elevator. I made it to the elevator here. There's a little bit of a line in front of me. I think a lot of people are hauling in beans right now, since there are a lot of people in this area that are going. So I did manage to sneak in front of about 4 trucks. They come in right behind me. Shouldn't be too long of a wait. They're pretty fast here, but I'll show you what we do once we get into this little shack up here. Okay, so we're at the little monitor deal, and we'll scan our card so they know who we are, and then I'll jump out and unroll my tarp. So we'll do that now. Now that we're at the probing station, they're going to take a sample of our corn and bring it up into the office where they'll run a bunch of tests on it, and they'll do the math and figure out how much we'll be getting paid for this load. So they'll take our test weight and our moisture and check for any FM, which is foreign material. We'll get our full weight and our empty weight, and that will determine how many bushels we have on the truck. So we'll scan our card again so they know who we are, and they can record our full weight. Or I guess I should say our loaded weight. And then it will tell us what pit we're going to. And we are going to pit number 1. They have 3 pits here that we can unload in, which makes it really nice when it is during the busy season. You can get in and out a lot quicker. So it looks like we have, well, one's unloading. We have 2 trucks in front of us, so we'll get through here pretty quick. So while we sit here and wait, we have 2 Peterbilts running. Obviously, Bo is running one and Dane is running the other. And then I am driving this older International. You're probably wondering why I let the guys get 2 nice trucks. Well, mainly there's actually only really one reason why I don't mind driving this one compared to the Peets. The Peets are so loud. The guys love it, but for me, my ears start ringing at night when you're in there all day long. So that is technically the only reason why I don't drive the Peet. I will short distance, but for these long trips, we do 3 hours. It's a 3-hour round trip. So you're in there for about 7 hours you're in the truck. So it gets pretty loud for me. So I like this one. It's ugly and it's old, but I really don't care. That part don't bother me. But yeah. So also the shifting on this truck is different than the Peets as well. This is what they call a Super 10, where you have your even numbers on top for your high gears, and the bottom uneven numbers are your low gears. So it does take a little bit of getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, it's definitely easy to drive. Nice to drive once you figured out the shifting. Oh, also, if anybody is interested in merch, we do have some stuff left available. We've got hats. As you can see, I'm wearing one of the styles. We've got t-shirts. We've got sweatshirts. I will post the website in the description below, and you guys can check it out. And I'll even handwrite you a note when I ship them out.
Are you able to go there from there?
Yeah, I can stop there.
Okay.
So after we're done here, it sounds like I have to make a run to the John Deere dealership and pick up some parts for one of the RXs. So once we're done dumping, we'll take off and we'll go do that. Okay, so for some reason you guys weren't turned on when I was talking to you, but we scanned our card, we got our empty weight, and they'll now take our loaded weight, subtract our empty weight, and figure out how many bushels we had on. That way we know how much we got paid for this load. So I usually haul about 1,000 bushels, give or take, per load. Holy, look at the line now. They're backed all the way up to the highway almost. All right, now that we're done there, we dropped off our corn. We are gonna go to, like I said, the John Deere dealership and pick up some parts. All right, so we made it here at the dealership. We have to, I guess, pick up a fan drive for the RX. Dad, I guess, blew that up. I don't know what happened there, but so we're gonna run in and grab the fan drive. I don't know how they're gonna load it on here or where they're gonna put it. It's over 100 pounds, so I guess we will find out. All right, so it's in a crate. We're gonna take a pry bar and try to get this thing on inside the truck because it won't fit back here. So on the seat or on the floor.
No, exactly.
In this too?
Yep, that's yours as well.
Okay. Am I good then?
You are good to go unless you need a slip.
I probably should.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, we got our fan drive and now we're just gonna head back home.
Well, we're out here thrashing pinto beans today, or tonight I guess. I'll show you what they look like. Just like what you get in the grocery store. Well, I'll show you what these pinto beans are like. So basically, just like that. Just open and there they are. Just something new we're trying. We don't like to try a lot of new stuff, but it's one of them things that I think it'll fit into our rotation, so we're gonna try it out here, and definitely don't advise putting in a whole bunch your first year. We kept it to 50 acres just to try it out. There's definitely a learning curve to anything, and I learned a bit this year, so I'm glad we didn't have more than 50 acres. But definitely room to improve. You know, not a terrible crop, but I would say it's average at best. Anyway, this truck here is full. We're gonna go to the back to the yard and get the other truck. Well, we made it to Buxton. So we're in the shack here. They're gonna do some grading, and we'll just show you how they do that. So what are we doing here now?
So we divide out a sample and we keep one sample of every truck for 2 years.
Oh.
And then we record the moisture, and
Okay.
then this will go over here, and then it gets graded.
So you keep that little box for 2 years? Holy cow. Okay. So what's the point of that?
So if you question your grade.
That, or if an end user that we sell to is having a problem, there might be a chemical used that they're not supposed to.
Oh, okay, yep.
That could come back.
They can do a test on it or something.
Residue test, yep.
Sure.
So I weigh it first, hit the memory,
Okay.
and that's how many grams it'll deduct the percent from. And you're checking for splits, splits, FM, and small beans.
So,
So this first pan here is gonna hold all the small beans.
okay. So how are we doing so far? Okay.
Good, yep. This is what I'm picking out for damage.
Ones that aren't perfect.
Correct. That are weather damaged or bug bites or
Something.
water damage. We kind of use it on a cloth, then we can flip it to see the other side.
Oh, sure. Kind of get good up.
Make a mess.
Look at both of them, yeah.
Yep. So 1.2% damage.
Would that be average or better than that?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Now I'm taking the split beans out of the small pan.
And then we figure out how much for dock on splits then.
Smalls first.
Oh, okay, small.
So it's 1.5. We give the grower back 0.5%
Okay.
on smalls. And now this here would be the splits.
Okay.
And it'd be 2.2%. And this is all the foreign material, FM.
Okay.
And that's it.
So how's our report card?
She's got to put it in.
Is that a good one
But
or
she'll
an
need
average
your,
one?
no, that's good.
That's
Okay.
good. Yeah, that's average. Yep,
Okay.
that'll be fine.
Perfect. See you, girls. So we're in Buxton, North Dakota. Well, we're gonna go away.
You want to dump too?
Okay, thank you. Well, he made it.
Still want to go to Aspen? We got room for one more.
So how was the ride in the whole, in the,
Smooth. Float
yeah?
until you find that crack in the road and then she bottoms out.
Well, we're getting Dane unloaded. Well, we just went through the scale, the outbound scale at Central Valley Bean, and just gonna wait for Dane here. There's definitely a learning curve to anything new that you do, so that's why we just did a small amount. Just growing a different crop in your region, all of a sudden you have different weeds that you normally wouldn't contend with. One of them was nightshade. I've never seen nightshade before, but we took care of it. But yeah, it's one thing, like, I've never seen nightshade, didn't know even anything about it. But so you learn a little bit, and then you can do more the next year or whatever. But today when I get back, we're gonna put that driven part of that fan drive back in the RX, and then hook that to the grain cart. I'll hopefully have some video for you on that. Back in the shop here. Just got back from delivering them dry beans, and Stephanie picked this up yesterday on our way through Kennedy while she was over by Argyle and then dumping grain, and then she went to Kennedy and picked this up. This is the new fan drive. Updated version, the way it sounds. There was a serial number split. This is the fan speed sensor right here. So then we got a new belt, and it's about 100 pounds, so it's a little tricky to lift in there. So yeah, we got to use this deal here like we took it out, and we're gonna get it put in. Ooh, so shiny. I didn't look at the price. It's easier if you just don't look.
Bolt goes from the front.
Just, yeah. Just wait, just hold it there. Don't move anything. Let me get mine in first. I want to make sure it's in the right spot for that sensor. See, I think the plug-in's right here. Yep, okay. Okay, we got her in. Put the sensor back in. We probably should have replaced it, put a new one in, but we didn't have one, didn't think about it till after we ordered that. Had to shove the belt in a little bit so we could get them sheaves on the other side right here close enough to bottom out so it didn't bottom out on the belt. So that was a little bit of a challenge, but I don't know if it was the right way to do it or the wrong way to do it. But I took the handle on them all and I just kind of tapped it in with the back side of the handle, and so I had a little weight to it that way. You didn't have to beat on it and wreck the belt. And I just worked it and tapped it in and worked that belt in, so that way we had slack on the other side. And then Dad tightened the sheave up on the outside. We did. I don't know if you make some difference, but it's nice to put stuff back where it belongs. We did put 2 marks here to make sure that it lined back up to wherever it needed to be, and then bolted the fan on. And basically now we just need to put the fan shroud, the bottom part, on right here. Well, anyway, you kind of get the point. Finish that up. We got a side shield that goes here. Same on the other side, and we're ready to go.